The vote was tied, 48 to 48. And the whole thing came down to the youngest man in the room, who had a letter from his mother in his pocket. On this day in 1920, in Nashville, Tennessee, the state legislature was deciding whether American women could vote. 35 states had already approved the amendment. 36 were needed. Tennessee was the last realistic chance, and the city had filled with campaigners from both sides, wearing roses to show which way they stood. Yellow for yes, red for no. Harry Byrne was 24 years old, the youngest member of the chamber, and he was wearing a red rose. He had already voted twice to shelve the whole question. He believed the people who elected him were against it. But that morning he had been handed a letter from his mother, Feb Byrne, back home in the country. She had been following the whole thing in the newspapers. She told him to be a good boy and to vote yes. The clerk called the roll. It came out 48 to 48. A tie meant the amendment died. They called it again. And when they reached his name, Harry Byrne said aye. The chamber erupted. He said afterward that he had always believed suffrage was a moral right, and that a mother's advice is safest for a boy to follow. With that one word, Tennessee became the 36th state, and the amendment became part of the Constitution. Tens of millions of American women could vote. One legislature, one tie, one young man, and a letter from his mother that arrived in the last few minutes. So, what would have happened if the post had been slow that morning?